returner's going to try to see what he can get. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. Running back in the backfield, and he has it. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
Well, you live by the blitz, you die by the blitz. That time, the defense called it at the perfect time. The linebacker able to make the stop on a short gain.
And from the offense's perspective, that's probably making a little something out of nothing. Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. Well, jet sweep pass. And he doesn't find much running room, a short gain on the play.
And these little touch passes, man, they're just the easiest completions ever for quarterbacks. Palmer, I bet you would have loved being able to just flip it forward. That counts as to your completion percentage, which is good. And then it's all run after the catch, so pretty easy for a QB.
You wouldn't have been the only All-American in this group.
Fires and picked off. Takes it the other way. Touchdown, Arkansas. The defense puts 6 on the board with a big-time interception return.
I mean, you talk about coming out of the defense and setting the tone and letting them know it's going to be a long game. Let's do this. How about a pick 6 on the first possession? Nice job by the defense coming out and striking first in this ballgame.
And they tacked on the extra point.
Arkansas 7, Louisiana 0.
They're lining up to kick it off after the pick 6, and that defense will come out feeling it. He'll bring it out. It's Williams. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. Louisiana has it back, and the Raging Cajun offense headed to the field. Well, the good news is they threw a touchdown pass last time. It was just to the wrong team, Jesse.
Well, that's an unfortunate part of the game for quarterbacks, but guess what? They do happen, so you've got to be able to turn the page here and lead this offense.
Well, and I think you know this defense is going to be aggressive. They're going to jump routes. They're going to play aggressive. You've got to take advantage of that. Maybe use that this time to your advantage.
They'll snap it from the 25 here on 1st down. Might as well run him until they stop him. He's got it again. And they try the middle of this defense, and that is not happening.
It's hard to run on a defense that comes off the ball like that and runs to the football like that. Good luck. No holes anywhere.
On 2nd down, wants to throw. Makes the grab on the right. Defense on skates that time. They finally drag him down at the 42.
On the defense, I got to find a way to get some more pressure on the quarterback or disrupt their timing and their rhythm. I can't give them these big chunk plays through the air. I got to be maybe a little bit more aggressive or do something a little bit different.
They'll throw it on 1st down. Finds his target down the middle.
And the offense here dialed up a really good zone. Give credit to the offensive coordinator. He called the right play at the right time.
And the Raging Cajuns will snap it on 1st and 10. He wants to throw. They're trying to get to it. Trying to make magic on the scramble. He scrambled forward and got a few and turned that into a positive play.
I love fighting for extra yards, and I'm going to encourage every single one of my running backs, receivers, and tight ends to do it. Just not my quarterback. I really got to understand, listen, the play's over, get down on the ground, don't take too many of those big shots.
Gets it out fast. And he'll be taken down, but he does have enough for the 1st down.
It's not a great feeling on defense, too. When you're blitzing, you're expecting to get a sack, you're expecting to get a hit on the quarterback. If the offensive line and running backs pick it up, because now you have one less guy in the back end trying to cover all these receivers and tight ends, and you know you're in trouble.
Using his legs, it's Perry. You're not getting him on the ground, still on his feet. He'll be brought down at the 5-yard line, and this defense is on its heels.
Listen, you got to be able to know what play to call and what hole to go through. Like the line blocks for a certain hole. Good job getting through the hole, getting what was blocked, getting a nice positive gain.
And he strides his way into the end zone. fielded in the end zone. It's Anthony. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. First down for this offense. Power football with the run. And excellent vision to find running room there and make a really good pickup before the defense put a stop to it. Even dating to the days when they ran the option, Arkansas has always been built around the ground game.
And makes Jerry Jones happy, huh? Noted Arkansas fan, always talking about the Hogs, his Hogs. And this team is always built on that physicality, built on that toughness.
Makes the catch on the left. Oh, there were a few steps there. He was thinking touchdown, but they finally get him down after the big pickup at the 25. Big play offense, and it has them threatening now. 1st and 10 from the 25. Give to the running back. Just ran over. They get him down, but this offense is set up 1st and goal from the 9.
Every offense wants to be able to run the ball and be physical, especially on 1st down. And you want to create 2nd and short, 3rd and short, or just get 1st downs like that run right there.
They are really clicking along 1st and goal on just the 4th play of the drive. Looking to throw, it's Green. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on 1st down. 2nd down coming.
And goal to go.
Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. Quarterback will keep it. And he'll step into the end zone. Touchdown, Razorbacks! Getting set for the point after.
With the carry.
And the PAT gives them a 14-7 lead. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And what a way to finish it with a 9-yard touchdown run. He'll bring it out. It's Williams. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. Here comes the Louisiana offense onto the field. That last touchdown drive was surgical through the air, Jesse.
It sure was, and that's why this offense is so dangerous, David, because they can score in a hurry because of how efficient they are throwing the football.
And welcome to modern college football. That's what it is. Spread you out, find my playmakers, make quick decisions, and really put defenses in a difficult situation.
They'll put it in play from the 27, 1st down. They're going to ride this running back. A run up the middle is stuck for no gain.
Great job by the defense. Everybody firing off the ball, hitting their guys, holding their gaps, running to the football, nowhere to go.
On 2nd down, he'll let it fly. Receiver looks it in, it's complete. He gets those chains moving, gets it out to the 42-yard line.
Quarterbacks love throwing slants to big boys. When you got big targets, it's hard to miss them. Great job throwing to a guy that tall, putting it near his body, and he plucks it in the
Well, the receiver did everything right. He ran a good route. He got his head around. He just didn't finish the play. Stuck it in.
Couldn't connect on that last play. Now 2nd and 10 from the 42. After the incompletion, back to the passing game. Release to the back. He's got him this time. Oh, what a big play for this offense as they get it to the 33-yard line.
Nice job by the running back, catching the football and understanding where the 1st down marker was. I got to go get that 1st down. He did a nice job.
Cajuns come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry.
And when you play defensive end, it's all about getting off the football. You can tell, gets off the football really fast, gets in the backfield, gets the running back before he knows what hit him. What a play by the defensive end.
Put themselves in a bit of a bind with that last one. It's 2nd and 14. He's looking to throw. He's taking the shot. And that's going to be incomplete. Going for broke on 2nd down. The 3rd down's coming up.
Well, the defender got his hand on that one, tipped it up in the air. Offense, man, they're lucky that one wasn't picked.
7th play of the drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch. He took a hit as he couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete, and 4th down's coming.
Nice job by the defense. They're mixing up their look. They're 3rd and long in field goal range. They go zone coverage, so everybody on the back end has the eye on the quarterback, and they're able to break on the ball, force the incompletion.
It's 4th down, and they'll try the field goal. The field goal is no good, and they couldn't cut into the lead. It's still a 7-point game.
14, Louisiana.
The Hogs send that offense back onto the field. David, they'd love to do what they did last time and put this one in the end zone.
You ain't lying. They did a great job. The offense was clicking. Everything went well, Palmer. They executed and got...
Going deep. Oh, he dropped it, and what a missed opportunity early in this football game.
2nd down.
They come to the line with a minute to play in the opening quarter. They'll give it to the back. No, he just flat ran over it. Oh, he's so hard to get on the ground. He's got room. And there was lots of space as he gets it to the 39-yard line. The Razorbacks in the hurry-up. Quarterback checking the play. Used the play fake. Now to throw. Coming after it. Got away from trouble and got rid of it. Got a man. It's Washington. And he's dragged down.
I know it's something we take for granted, guys, but the Q did a great job there with the play-action fake. He really took his time and sold it. And that's what froze the linebackers in the second level of the defense to help make that completion a whole lot easier.
And that's all you want, right? You want that 1st down, understand the situation, understand I got to get north and south, get a 1st down, get a new set of downs.
As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. Right back to the well. And after the tackle, that will bring us to the end of the 1st quarter.
At the 20. That's the end of the 1st quarter. With the score, Arkansas 14, Louisiana 7.
Second down now as they're ready to go back to work. Looking for space. It's Jackson. Wrestled to the ground after picking up the 1st down.
Yeah, and it's a nice decision by the quarterback when you run these RPOs. Man, if you can give it to them and you can get such positive yards like that, continue to do it. Make that defense react a different way, then I'll throw the football.
Wide out in motion. They'll leave it with him. And they try the middle of this stout defense, and they rise to the challenge.
On the play.
This defense has got some monsters up front. Individual athleticism. You see guys winning their one-on-ones. They're getting pushed. They're swimming the offensive lineman and then converging on the running back.
2nd down coming up on this red zone opportunity. Looking to pass. It's Green. He's right on target. Oh, there's the ball. Defense just cradling that fumble and securing it. And he's brought down, and this defense gets the ball back for its own.
That's a big mistake. And listen, I'm still going to force feed my playmakers. If I'm that quarterback, I'm that OC, I'm walking over to that guy and be like, listen, it's okay. It's a little bit of a mistake. We're still going to find ways to get you the rock. You're too important to this team not to give you the football.
Louisiana has it back in the Raging Cajun offense headed to the field. Makes the tackle at the 22, but it's a 15-yard gain, and now they're in business.
Well, the ball carrier really showed up for his offense there, right? Down in your own end within your own 10-yard line. You need someone to step up and make an explosive play happen. You got to make people miss and give yourself some room to work and operate and really get this drive going. He did exactly that.
On first down from their own 22. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
That player is so lucky he did not put that football on the ground. What a tackle by that defender. Phenomenal individual effort getting that tackle for loss.
Last play was a near disaster, now dealing with 2nd and 13. He's looking to throw. Unloads to the wideout. Complete downfield. And he'll move his way forward to the first down. They'll mark it at the 35.
Great job by the quarterback throwing against zone coverage. You cannot telegraph where you're throwing the football. You cannot eyeball wide receivers. So great job by the quarterback, using his eyes, not staring down his guy, and then throwing him over.
They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
They try to go draw, but there's just way too much penetration in the middle of the offensive line, and the offense has a negative play.
Line getting set on 2nd down. He's looking to throw. He just missed the target on that one. Got to put it on his body.
Well, the good news is he did a nice job reading the coverage. He knew exactly where to go with the football that time. Just a little bit too much on that pass. You wonder if that's just nerves. Got to settle himself down a little bit.
A 3rd and long coming up here. From the gun, wants to pass. Throwing right. Got his man. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down.
Well, look, that wasn't a touchdown. That was a massive play for this offense. They needed some momentum. They needed to find a rhythm. What better way than converting on 3rd down? Awesome job by the quarterback.
And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces 2nd down.
Big tight end tries to make a catch, and you can tell he extends for the ball, but great job by the defender getting in there, making the hit, dislodging the football out at the same time as he's going to catch it, and the big tight end couldn't hold on to it.
That pass is incomplete, and they're probably fortunate that it wasn't knocked free for a fumble.
It's hard throwing in the pocket, man. You got bodies and 300-pound dudes falling all over the place. They're trying to hit you. That time, the pressure got to them, and it forced the incompletion.
With the catch, it's Johnson. And Shore tackling there to keep him from getting to the first down marker.
Now, 4th down.
So they're going to go for it here on 4th down after missing a field goal attempt earlier in the game. They'll try to pick up the first. Brought to the ground, but not before getting enough for the first down. You're in plus territory, no desire to give the football back. Maybe the punt doesn't even work out. They go for it, and it works out well.
So I wonder if you go tempo here, too, now that you just picked up that first down. Don't let the defense sub. A lot of these guys now have been on the field for a little while. See if you can catch it.
And the quarterback will take a sack back at the 36.
And a great job by the defense, dropping in zone coverage, all eyes on the quarterback, taking away the options, and then finally the pass rush gets home, gets him on the ground.
So now on 2nd and long, you start to think just don't fall out of field goal range. He's looking to throw. A little screen to the running back. Didn't have much room to run and not a whole lot of help. Short gain there and still plenty of ground to cover for a first down.
Yeah, and you're going to see this offense find different ways to get this running back involved. It's not just going to be on handoffs, and they're certainly going to line him up in different places and even throw him the football. But the screen game's a big part of it, too. To try to get him going here.
And he's not going to make it. The defense denying him the first down. He'll have to settle for a field goal attempt. And he'll need a little distance and accuracy, a 42-yarder from the left hash. And he missed it. No good. After that miss, still a 7-point game, guys.
You wonder if mechanically something is off with this kicker. That's now his second missed field goal of the day. And, guys, we've got almost perfect conditions to kick the football. I'm not sure what's going on.
And Arkansas ready to send out this offense. After that last drive, he came back to the sideline, and the coach probably said, you dropped it? You didn't pick it up? Come on, get on the ball, David.
No, that's not what he said. He said, you're doing a great job. Just keep your head up. Yeah, he got blasted. You got to hold on to the football, Palmer. Turnovers decide games. Those are big plays.
It's tough on him, too, because he knows he let his offense down on that last drive. So you know that guy's eager and anxious to come out here and make a play.
Leaves it with the running back. Able to work it to the 39-yard line, and that'll be a first down. It's the 2-minute warning, and we'll see if the offense can tack a little something extra on their lead before the break. They'll snap it from the 39, first and 10. On the option. Now the pitch. At midfield, he's got room. And that's what this option will do to you. They got the pitch man free, and he was off to the races.
First down, you know you always want to establish the running game. How about this offense? Nothing fancy. Run the football, be physical, get a big game.
And the Razorbacks have it with a first and 10. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball.
Tell you what, that was a lightning-fast decision. You could tell he knew what he wanted to do right away, makes the decision, but maybe his footwork wasn't a little bit good, and the pass wasn't where he wanted to put that thing. I know that.
After the misfire, now on second down. Out of the gun, the inside handoff to the running back.
And a nice job by the running back, finding space, getting downhill, making the good run. Great job finishing with his pads.
Third and short here from the 35. Might take a shot here if this is 4-down territory. Touch pass on the jet sweep. They've got the play bottled up. Fumble, it's out. How about that alert play from the defense to corral that fumble? And on the interception return, he'll finally be stopped at the 33.
As a defender, you dream about those big hits. You work hard on it in practice, closing space, getting close, and just sticking that guy and causing the fumble.
He'll take a shot. He's got it in the end zone. Touchdown, Louisiana. The AT unit on the field. Bangs it through for an extra point. That's the kind of drive everybody loves. So see quarterback, one snap, put it in the end zone. Fielded in the end zone, it's Anthony. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. The Hogs send that offense back onto the field. That last fumble proved to be costly as they cashed it in for a touchdown.
Yeah, and so this defense now is juiced. They're excited and ready.
He tosses one high and deep down the left side. Makes the catch at the 20. Touchdown, Arkansas! And once he got away from the D, they had no shot
momentum on your side, and they do it. They finish it with the passing game. I'll tell you what, keep that passing game up, and keep this lead, keep the momentum, and keep putting up numbers.
Louisiana, 14.
Looking for block. And the returner goes down. And the offense takes the field, ready to go back to work. Wants to throw on first down. Extending the play. Outside the pocket, lets it go. Finds space on the right. And the explosive play, and they're on the move all the way to the 44. There's a timeout call as this offense tries to find a way to draw a little closer. That big play is just what they needed. Now they have it 1st and 10 just outside the 40. He's going to pass. Throws to the wideout. Excellent coverage and good use of the hands to knock it away.
Well, I know that one fell incomplete, but what a day this guy's had throwing the football. Multiple touchdowns, and he's done a really nice job. Hasn't thrown any picks, which has really helped keep this offense on schedule.
Now on 2nd down. He's looking to throw. Fires to the wideout. It's complete. They just gashed the defense on that one, and they've got it down to the 23. It's a 1st down. They'll stop the clock to reset the chains. Offense up tempo. The give to the running back from the shotgun. Thrust that arm out. They finally get him on the ground, but the big running play moves the chains for the 1st down. And the Raging Cajuns racing to the line in the hurry-up. Secondary walks up on the line, showing press coverage. Got it behind the line. It's Perry. And he'll make his way out of bounds after the solid pickup.
Yeah, and you see running backs in today's football, they play a wide receiver basically for you, but you got to find a guy that you can throw to, and you know he's going to catch the ball consistently.
Into the end zone. Fires the pass. Intercepted. And they come up with a big play to make sure no more points go on the board before the end of the half.
And this is obviously not a great start for this quarterback here. 2 interceptions already in this game. He's got to do a much better job with his decision-making.
Running out of time here in the 1st half. They're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. The run to the left. Showing off the arm. And he's able to bounce off one tackle for a solid pickup. That's going to wrap it up here in the 1st half. Stay tuned. 2nd half not too far away. The Raging Cajuns will kick it off to start the 2nd half. Coming out with it, it's Anthony. They drag him down at the 22. He gambled for the big return out of the end zone and came up a little short. And Arkansas ready to send out this offense. If it's working, why change it? And that running game was working in the 1st half. I imagine we'll see a lot more of it here in the 3rd quarter. He is smashing people. And he almost ran away from everybody on that one. A huge pickup on that play.
Yeah, I tell you what, I'm always keeping track as a defensive coordinator of where they're running the football. You can see they ran it to the right. Do they like this matchup? Is the right side of their offensive line really good? I'm going to be paying attention to that because that's a big gain. I got to make sure I shut this down the next time they run it.
Back to throw, it's Green. Pressure coming. Steps away. And he's left with no option. He just threw it away.
Know the situation, know the game of football, right? When I start to get outside the pocket, I don't see anything there. I can throw the ball away. I don't have to take a sack, get a lost yardage play. I can just throw the ball out of bounds as long as it passes the line of scrimmage. We go on to the next down. No harm, no foul.
2nd and 10 here. On the move. And he'll find enough running room to get it just short of midfield at the 49.
It's the MO of this offense. They really put a lot on the offensive line to go out and really try and establish their dominance and their assertiveness, and they've done a good job of that early in this game running the football.
Just this side of midfield, the defense trying to rise up on 3rd and short from the 49. From the gun, wants to pass. Gonna throw it to the right. He's got his man. 3rd down conversions are huge, and they've got one, and they're at the 35.
Well, that was a dart right there. He's going to give Arkansas a chance because in the old days in the SEC, you had to run the football if you were going to win championships. Today, you better be able to get it done through the air. When you think of all the great play callers in this league and all of the Heisman Trophy winners this league has seen at the QB position in recent years, you better be able to do it throwing the ball. This guy, I think, gives Arkansas a chance with his arm.
Still on the 35-yard line. They'll try it again on 2nd and 10. He's looking to throw. And the pass is incomplete thanks to a big hit.
Yeah, the defense knew coming into this game that this offense was going to try and throw it down the middle of the field, so they knew that they were going to have to break on passes but also be really physical, tackle the catch, and knock the ball away, and they were able to do that there.
His drive was clicking along, but after a couple of misfires, threatening to stall out on 3rd and 10. Looking for a man. It's Green. They're working that left side. And he's not going to get there. The defense stands tall and makes the stop. If you don't convert on this 4th down, there will be questions about passing on the field goal try. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. The completion well past the sticks. Not much of a 4th down gamble when it's that much of a sure thing. An easy conversion for this offense.
That's a great example of the receiver knowing exactly where the 1st down marker is. He got the depth he needed to get, so once he was able to make the catch, he already knew he had it. Now, a fresh set of downs.
Caught in the backfield. It's Sategna. That completion will take them inside the 10 to the 9-yard line.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly. That's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm.
Stopped at the 3, but it'll be enough to give them a 1st and goal.
I'm not sure what the quarterback saw on that one, but that was a very quick decision to take off and run with it to try to get his offense some positive yards.
The Razorbacks trying to cash it in on 1st and goal. He's looking to pass. Grabbed in the backfield. It's Jackson. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
This offense is going to try and stretch the field vertically and horizontally. They did there throwing it to their running back, but the defense, they were in perfect position to make that play for no gain.
And the D deny them on 2nd and goal. Trying to barge in. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Razorbacks. An impressive, long, methodical, meticulous drive ends in points.
They just matriculated the ball downfield. They were so impressive. Didn't see a lot of explosive plays, but how about the execution? Running and throwing the football. Wow.
14.
He'll bring it out. It's Perry. Tackled at the 24 and almost breaks even with the yardage he would have gotten with a touchback. Here comes the Louisiana offense onto the field. Now we'll get a chance to see if they can answer that last score, trailing by 14, Jesse.
Yeah, and at this point in the game, I feel like offensively, you should go back to what's been working for you in this game. Don't be afraid
just not playing great. So I know offensively I got to put some good possessions together here, make something happen on this side of the football.
Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down. To the ground to try to move the chains. And works it to the 40-yard line. That would be a first down.
And you know, big chunks like this don't happen unless you commit to the run game. You got to get those big boys up front into the game, understanding I want to knock people off the football, create some holes like you do here for my running back, make the game easy.
And the Raging Cajuns come to the line with a new set of downs. Pulls it in. It's Johnson. And they'll finally get him down after a terrific pickup.
Well, the defense did a nice job taking everything away down the field, but once the drag route was caught, they just couldn't rally to the ball carrier in time to make a tackle, and as a result, new set of downs.
To the air on first down. Pocket starts to collapse. Hit hard just as he released it on first down and just couldn't get it to the receiver.
All right, you've dug yourself a little bit of a hole offensively. You know you're going to have to throw it here in the second half. You're going to have to make sure, though, you do a better job up front with your pass pro. You got to keep your quarterback standing upright.
And that's going to fall to the ground incomplete. That was a physical matchup there. Third down coming. And this offense is desperate to keep this drive alive, trailing by multiple possessions, and it's getting late. The aerial assault continues. Unloads to the wideout. And he is finding wide open defenders all over the field. His third interception of the day. Got room on the return. The tag. And he's going to run it all the way back. Touchdown, Arkansas. The DB saw it. He thought, don't drop it, don't drop it. Then thought, don't get caught, don't get caught. And he didn't. The pick six.
Hey, these guys can play offense, too, now. Look at this. I showed you I can be a wide receiver. Coach might split him out at wide receiver next week after making that big play. But defense, great job making the interception. And you're right, doing something with it. Don't just slide down. Don't be content. Take that thing all the way back.
They're about to kick it away, and the defense probably can't wait to get back out there after the pick six. He'll bring it out. It's Perry. Gets it across the 20 to the 21, and not quite what he would have picked up just taking the touchback. Louisiana has it back, and the Raging Cajun offense headed to the field. Trailing by 3 touchdowns. If you're going to get back in it, David, the time to start is right now.
Gotta start now. Defense giving up points on that last possession. Again, the offense is going to have to score, and Jesse probably score pretty quick.
Yeah, you got to go tempo. You're going to have to try to fit in as many plays as you can throughout the rest of this game. But I think more than that, you got to eliminate the negative plays. No more penalties and no more turnovers.
Grab near the marker. It's Carter. And he's knocked down immediately, but not before he moves the chains. They'll put in play from the 41 on first down. Looking to move it through the air. And the defense gets to the quarterback.
How nice is it as a defense when you can drop 7 guys in coverage, only rush 4, and still get home? That makes you feel good if you're the D coordinator.
The play action fake. Looking down the middle. And he really needed to hold on to that one, but it was not loose, and third down is coming.
Well, the receiver was double covered on that play, and I don't know if the decision by the QB had to do with the pressure. Because he was hurried, he just had to get rid of that faster than he wanted to. He's lucky he didn't come away with an interception.
On third and long, no secret what he needs here. Grabbed in the middle, it's Perry. And Shore tackling there to keep him from getting to the first down marker.
You got to love that. On defense, one of the most critical statistics out there is how do you play on third down? How do you prevent the opponent from keeping drives alive? Right there, tackling the catch. You gave up the completion. Whoop-de-doo. You set up fourth and long. You're going to get the ball back. Go get some water and sell it.
makes the stop.
And obviously this offense has had their way, getting the huge lead. And now, when you know it's a running situation later in the ball games, you're still getting pounded. This defense has to step up at some point and be a lot more physical.
D coordinators down the road that have to play this offense, man, they're going to have nightmares because this unit has so much speed and so much skill. At running back, receiver, tight end, the quarterback making good decisions. It is so tough trying to stop them and prevent explosive plays.
On the run, it's Jackson. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
And sometimes for the defense, it just takes one play, right, to create some momentum. Obviously, this guy's been beating him up. He's got over 100 yards rushing on the day. But finally, David, they get something positive here in the run game defensively.
But you kind of know that coming in. He's going to get his. Such a great back, and he's had a great day. Need to put more plays together like that right there.
As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. Calls his own number. And they make the tackle, but it'll be enough for a first down, and we'll see if they get another play off here in the third.
Third quarter of play. Here's the score, Arkansas 35, Louisiana 14.
And the Razorbacks are on the move. The give to the tailback. Crosses the 40, gets it down to the 35 before he stopped, a gain of 6.
You got to give the coaching staff credit because they really do focus all season long on situational football with the lead late in the game. If we're on offense, we're trying to stay in bounds. We're trying to bleed the clock. And after ripping off a really nice run, that guy knew, I've got to get down. I cannot get pushed out of bounds, cannot get tackled out of bounds. Really, really nice job.
And they make the tackle, but he has plenty for the first down.
Everything going the offense's way. They're trying to ice this game late. They've got a really nice lead, so you just want to run the ball, high percentage throws, and keep the chains moving, and they're doing that. This has been a beautiful drive to watch. Offense continues to stay in a nice rhythm here late.
Able to scrounge 3 yards out of that one somehow. It's 2nd and 7.
You know, as a defense, you kind of want to force the give on the RPO. You want them to run the football, and you could tell maybe the quarterback wishes he pulled this. Small gain, but some information you gathered maybe for the next time you get to run an RPO.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. They'll go right back to the run. And maybe they want to try somewhere else because there is nothing doing in the middle of this defense.
Great job at contained by this defense. And in order to do that, the end man on the line of scrimmage defensively has got to be able to set the point and force the football back into traffic. And that's exactly what happened here.
On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. The sure hands, it's Jackson. Just destroying his way through the field. Touchdown, Razorbacks! And the route is on.
Love the thought process by the quarterback here on this play. Nobody open in the end zone. Find your check down. Find the running back. He does that, and once this guy's got the ball in his hands, he shows you that elusiveness and his ability to sniff out the end zone.
And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown.
42, Louisiana 14.
Looks like he's going to try to return it. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Here comes the Louisiana offense onto the field. That last drive fizzled out, Jesse. They had to punt it.
Yeah, they did. And David, they're just going to have to do a better job this time around erasing the mental mistakes.
And just trying to solve the defensive riddle, understanding what they're trying to do to you and attack that.
Let's see what they've got on 2nd down. He's looking to throw. Uncorks one. He's got it. And they'll move the chains and get it to the 47-yard line.
I tell you, this quarterback has just been in a great rhythm all game make himself an easy target.
Comes out throwing on first down. He wants to take the top off. And he's got it inside the 20. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense. The Raging Cajuns come to the line with a fresh set of downs. They're looking to pass from the red zone. Oh, he had him right down the middle, and it just squirted right through his fingers, and they miss an opportunity for a nice play on first down. Quarterback flips it ahead quickly to the receiver. Nice gain of 6, leaving them with 3rd and 4.
Well, and on these little push passes, timing is so important. You're trying to snap it right as he's getting a full head of steam. When he gets the ball, he's hitting the outside, and David, it puts the defense in such a difficult spot.
You immediately have to be rotating when you see that motion, so everybody's got to communicate and kind of bump over. That's why offenses love to run it. It makes the defense communicate and see if you can just get him out of his spot.
When you've got a weapon this good at tight end, a quarterback, you've got to look his way, especially in this area of the field. Because remember, it's the red zone where these windows are so small. Nice job getting the completion and picking up carries.
He works his way all the way down to the 3, and the defense is reeling. Trying to get in the end zone again. Just hammer it with this running back again, and he noses his way into the end zone.
Yeah, and listen, that is awesome. You'll see the guys continue to fight, continue to keep competing, because this game is over. Like, we don't need to fool y'all. We're not trying to get y'all to stick around and improve ratings. Like, the game's over, but you're continuing to fight, you're powering in for the touchdown, and show your kids that we're going to always fight no matter what the score is.
Fielded in the end zone. It's Anthony. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. And Arkansas ready to send out this offense. This has been exactly the way you draw things up, David. The offense has really been moving the football.
And it's been great execution. They've done exactly what they wanted to do. Build the lead. Now Palmer's a different animal. Now you got to protect him.
You can tell they were paying attention in practice this week in the film room because they have gone out, everybody right now on the same page.
Got 3 on first down. It's 2nd and 7. On the option. He'll toss it. Oh, spender fella, and he's loose. Solid run. Picks up 6 and gets it to the 28.
I know the passing game sells and the passing game is exciting, but it's not exciting to get 5 or 6 yards of pop on the ground, but it will be very successful.
Looking for that first down on 3rd and short from the 28. They'll try to keep this clock moving on the ground. And he surges up to the 36-yard line, and they'll move the chains.
Yeah, and they've had a day, and it's the complete and total offense. They got the ground going, and obviously this is why you see him. You're going to feature him because he can churn those legs, get those extra yards, but they've had balance, throwing for touchdowns. Like, this offense has been very complete today, and that's why they're winning so big.
They'll give it to him again. Pretty good effort on that one to work his way up to the 42.
Man, that's the advantage of having a good coaching staff that teach these players in this type of situation with the lead late in the game, you want to stay in the field of play and keep the clock ticking. They do that after that nice run.
Running back searching for a hole. Finally pulled down, but not before. Moving the chains for a first down.
Big reason why his team has the lead right now late is because of his performance running the football. Well over 100 yards in this game. They knew that they were going to have to really put a lot of pressure on him. He'd have to shoulder the load, and he has delivered for his offense all game long.
The Razorbacks are rolling down the field. Leaves it with the back. And a nice solid pickup there before the defense wrestles him to the ground.
And there's nothing more frustrating than when you get late in the game and you know they're running the football and you don't stop them. It's been that kind of day for this defense. They haven't played well. They're going to have to go to the well. They're going to have to figure some things out. Practice this week, I can promise you, will not be a lot of fun with these coaches.
And in a two-possession game, they'll take a knee. Defense can stop it a couple more times. This will be the 7th play of the drive, and they need to convert 3rd and 6. And they take a knee on 4th down, having inflicted enough damage, and that ought to do it.